The views and opinions expressed on this podcast belong solely to its host. What you're about to listen to may contain some explicit language or themes and may not be appropriate for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Not that sauce. The sauce with the flavor, son. Sauce with the flavor, son. Sauce with the flavor, son. I don't want no regular sauce. Y'all got that new hot sauce?
Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. You can see it when I walk on the flavor. You can hear it when I talk. I can't save it. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. I turn up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, your boy Salsa is in the building. We got a special episode for you today. This is the first one back in 2020, gents. Round of applause for still just being here in the building.
All right, man. Welcome to 2020.
That's it.
Here we are.
Dodging bullets.
And you know, once again, we got some quality information for you listeners out there. We're going to give you all the latest liquor that we're sampling on. Last year, we did it big. We went through about 10 different bottles of liquor, gave you all our feedback, and we had special guests. Today, we got another special guest with us today, Daddyin Bryant. What you got going on, man? How you doing?
How you doing?
I appreciate y'all fellas for having me on the show.
Yeah. We glad that you're here. We glad that you're here. While he's here, we're going to give y'all a taste of his life and what he's got going on. And then we're going to go through some special topics for y'all. We're going to talk about, once again, the liquor. Then we're going to have a little sound sauce for y'all. And then we're going to give you some of the headlines of the year. Then I'm going to let you know if I can read mines. And, of course, what KFC has to do with becoming a millionaire. So keep listening.
That's right.
Interesting
It's a
topic.
little extra herb and spice.
All right. Might as well hit record. You can sit back. So, of course, today, as always, we're going to start off with our interview. Once again, Darren, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Appreciate
that. Yeah.
The building.
In this area, he's one of our creators, if you will. He has a vision of things that he wants to get done. He runs multiple things going on in his life, from creative advertisements, marketing, to his own company known as Daddyin Sense. Now, you may have seen these T-shirts, branding, logo out here before, but it's a big thing. He's got big grooves going on. He's got a vision for the fathers out there, the next generation of kids coming along who've been raised by these gentlemen. My first question is, how did this come to be? How did you decide that you wanted to build the Daddyin Sense brand? Like, what inspired you to pull that off?
I really was just looking for something that I was passionate about being a father. And I think I was having conversations with a lot of my friends that sometimes we get a bad rap, especially black fathers, for being not existing in their children's life and not being present or not just being active. I know plenty of people that I associate with that display that stereotype to the fullest. So I wanted to make sure that I changed the narrative, or at least did my part to change the narrative and showcasing that, hey, black fathers are present, we are involved in our children's lives, and that we enjoy doing it. A lot of times in the media, you just see the single black mother raising the kid by herself and struggling and all that. And I take away from it because I was raised by a single black mother. So I know the struggles, but I know that when it was time for me to have children, that I didn't want my children to grow up in that type of atmosphere, because single mothers, they do a lot, but they can't raise a boy. They can't raise a boy to be a man specifically. They can do a lot, but that's something a father has to do. So I knew that once I had my son in 2011, that I had to dedicate my life to him and change my ways to make sure that I was able to give him things that I wasn't and other people I know weren't able to get.
So do you have any advice or conventional wisdom for new fathers out there, anything of that nature?
Got one in the building.
Yeah,
Right.
new fathers. See, that's the great thing about the Daddyin Sense platform. I believe that every father has his own story, his own lessons that we can all learn from.
Right.
So, my fatherhood may not look like your fatherhood, I had my son out of wedlock, right out of college. I was still young, still running around. You're married, you know, did the traditional way. You have a son. So a lot of the lumps and the trials and tribulations that I went through growing up as a man and a father at the same time is not something that you will have to do, essentially. So that's the good thing about the platform, that I like to have these open conversations and these discussions. But as far as your question, some advice that I would give for a new father, I think the advice everybody gets when they become a parent is to sleep when your child sleeps.
Get it where you can.
Yeah, I took that for granted when my mom used to tell that to me. But now I'm on child number 3. Of course, I had my son out of a previous relationship. My wife, she had her daughter out of a previous relationship, and then we had our baby. And the baby, her name is Leah, but we call her Peanut. She's up all night. She may take a little 2-minute nap in the middle of the day, but she ready to go. But she has FOMO. She don't want to miss out, so she up till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, she grown.
And then back up at 5, 6. So you gotta take these opportunities when they're napping. That would probably be my biggest piece of advice.
Because you're probably sitting there like, all right, now that they're asleep, I can get into these games, I can play, you know, do what I gotta do.
Exactly.
Nah.
Handle business. Yeah,
Because by the time you're done with that and ready to chill, they up.
They up.
I see,
you
that's
have
smart.
it.
And she on go-go.
Right.
She's on go-go. So, yeah, that probably the biggest. And then, I guess the second piece of advice I would give is think about what you would have wanted as a child that maybe you didn't receive, and actively pursue that for your child.
Okay.
That's smart.
I recently just got reminded by this by my wife. As you mentioned, I have a lot of different things I'm involved with as far as companies and brands and everything. And my goal in my future is to create this life for my family that I want and that I may not have had. So I'm so invested in doing that I'm missing out on actually spending that time and investing in the children. So it's good to have goals and want to do everything, but you need to equally invest in your child and make sure that they, like you said, you may be present in your mind. Hey, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm providing. But it's more than that. It's
Right.
more than that. You got to make sure that you're emotionally involved with your child and let them know that, you know, that you're there all the way around. Because those moments are priceless. And once they're grown, or a teenager and they ain't fucking with you, man.
Less
Then
and
you gonna
see them less and less.
Then you gonna be butthurt. So
Be real mad then.
So,
Literally just read something about that with an article that Kevin Hart. They were talking about after his crash. You know, he was talking about how that other side of him dying in the crash, and now he's focused on, you know, the time with his kids, the time with his family. He said, you know, he's such a mogul on his level of all, like he said, activities he's involved in. But he's like, I'm sitting here thinking I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm making this bread for the legacy.
Exactly.
But he's like, I'm not physically there, so really it's not as good as it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
So just the fact that you just said that just shows it's at every level, regardless of, you know, multimillionaire or, you know, about to be billionaire, whatever. It's all the same at the end of the day. So
We all have to have that. We all have to do the thing where we have to deal with time, because time is the same for everybody. And so how we do it, depending on how much money we got, where we are on Earth, and it all has to be dealt with.
that common denominator.
It's very common.
The grind versus the time. You definitely gotta filter that out.
Yeah.
That's it. And it seems like you're going around the right path to push forward with this kind of stuff. Like I
Trying
said,
to.
you're building a brand right now. And from what I can tell, I got my t-shirts, purple and gold, Roots to Bruss. You got the hats, t-shirts out here, and you're building this brand. And not only it is a opportunity for you to build something that your children can see you doing something constructive, it's also inspiring other people out there to present themselves and be proud of the fathers that they are.
Right.
Exactly.
I think that's one of the best things that you got going out there. And for you to be building this business up, I know you've probably gone through some ups and downs and struggles, but I want to take some time to ask you right now, what do you think some of the myths or facts are when it comes to building a business and keeping it going?
I think the number one, I wouldn't even call it a myth. It's actual fact that it's not going to be overnight. People can be putting in work for like 10 years before you see anything.
Yeah.
So I think that what has kept me going throughout this whole thing, it'll be time where I won't get any orders, or it seems like I'm not making any traction, and I'll question, like, is this really worth it? Like, am I making an impact? Does anybody give a fuck? Like, what am I doing?
Right.
And then it'd be that one time that somebody will order and I'll have a conversation with them, because I love the hand-to-hands. I've been able to be blessed to have a lot of people here in Huntsville order, and I deliver them myself personally instead of putting them in the mail.
Personal touch.
And I like to have that conversation with them when we have that hand-to-hand interaction. And like I said, share stories about fatherhood, lessons learned, and just be able to partake in that, so that you find out that, hey, maybe I'm not the only person that's dealt with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you can find out ways to handle things in a better situation or a different perspective.
Yeah.
So as far as myths go, the biggest myth that I would say concerning the business that I've learned is that everybody in your circle is going to support you. Right off the bat.
That's a
That's a
that's
good
like
one.
very-
That's a good one.
Like you know what I'm saying? Hey, friendship is essential to the soul for a select few of us. So with that mindset, you thinking my partner over here, regardless of what I'm doing, you gonna hold me down, you gonna support me. It ain't always like that.
Right.
You get support from strangers before you get them from your closest friends. Now when you start making traction and people start seeing what you're doing, then they jump in the bandwagon.
They're trying to jump in the winner circle with you. I was like, but you weren't in the race.
Right. You
Where was you when I was shooting in the gym?
All right.
You was not there getting those rebounds.
Right.
So that's probably the hardest lesson that I've learned, is that you can't expect you from other people.
Ooh,
It's a quote unquote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. You can't expect you from other people.
That's church.
That's
church right there.
Good.
So
We passed the offering plate on that one.
All right.
Take that one to the bank.
That's right. So we've spoken a lot about your process of getting here, what inspired you to do these things. If you had to tell us what you wanted to tell the people, like for the future, what is this going to be? What would you say the Daddyin Sense brand is going to become for us in this world?
Yeah, it started off as an initiative for Black father advocacy. And it's just gonna grow. I envision it becoming an actual platform where I'm sharing different stories of Black fatherhood, similar to LeBron's uninterrupted platform that he has for athletes. But what I want to do is just showcase original content, interviews, documentaries, just different stories of Black fatherhoods, touching on different things. Like I know my Deuce, he's a cop. He's a Black cop, and he's a Black father. So what does that look like?
The duality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What's that look like?
What does that look like? You a Black man, and you are a police officer, so you already got that going against you. But you also a father,
Right.
and
you
you raising Black children.
Yep.
So when you seeing other police officers killing Black kids, how does that make you feel?
Right.
Those are my coworkers.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all-
You can't be rolling down the street saying "fuck the police" when you know your pops is at the house.
Right, exactly. So I want to touch on different stories like that. I got my ace, one of the best fathers that I know. He's out here, as you spoke of, me building brands. He's an entrepreneur.
Right.
But he's no longer with his child's mother. And he out here trying to build a legacy for his child. What does it look like to try to balance that time being away from your child and not having her in the home while you're trying to chase your dream, because you see the end result of what it's going to be for her, because that's what you're doing it for ultimately.
Right.
I got friends that are trainers. They got fitness gyms, but they got kids. They have a passion for building a healthier lifestyle for themselves and for their clients and for their kids. Obesity is is a hell of a drug. It's expensive for black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's for real.
So it's just different stories and their perspective and lessons they've learned on their journey in fatherhood that I want to touch on and showcase. So that's the ultimate goal for the brand.
Save room for me.
Yeah, I got you.
When I get mine, I'm gonna come in and bring that angle for you.
It's a never ending story.
Yeah.
Well, there's never too
That's
early
the
to
goal.
support, gents.
I mean, I can buy a shirt now. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of supporting,
Just hold it. Yeah.
and let me know if I'm wrong. Right now, you can find Daddyin on Instagram at SameOld. That's SameOle_D.
That's correct.
That's correct. And then you can find his brand at daddyinsense.bigcartel.com.
All right, link in the bio.
Link in the
what's
bio.
up.
In the
Link
bio.
in the bio. Check him out now. Check what he's got going on. And of course, source of support and love.
Hey, and real quick, I mean, the ladies don't have to be shy about buying the shirts either. To give them to them special something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got Valentine's Day coming up, so they can show some love
Man,
to the ones that love them.
You'd be surprised. I would say about 75% of the purchases have been from women.
That's what's up. Because that's showing their support
Right.
on both levels.
Right. So even though I'm showcasing and I'm focusing on the black father, it's really black women who are batting us and everything else.
But
So
I mean,
it's
that's the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
To get that
So
support.
support all the way around. It's perfect to show that. Now, once again, Dan, we appreciate you coming out here and doing this interview for us. Any other thing you need to let us know? Any other programs you got going on in your life right now?
Man, other than the Daddyin Sense platform, like you said, I'm just a full creator. I enjoy branding and marketing. I got my own company, DB Creative Agency here in Huntsville, Alabama.
Good stuff.
And I do websites. I love building brands from the ground up and just really working with you to articulate and bring to fruition your ideas and your vision for what you want your brand to be. So if you're interested in that, you can reach me on my platform as far as Same OD. Shoot me a message, or you can email me at dbcreateshsv@gmail.com, and we could talk and see how I can assist you in that.
Right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Daddyin. That's the Same OD on Instagram. Check him out. Check the links in the bio. And we appreciate the sauce you brought here today. But now it's time to crack open the sauce, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's
Pass
Pass the bottle.
Let's
We blessed
get
it.
it.
We blessed the bottle, right?
Blessings on blessings on blessings.
on blessings on blessings. Ladies and gentlemen,
There you go.
this is always my favorite part of the session. Oh man, after a good inspiring
Said Joe
piece-
Tabasco with the juice tonight.
It took me a minute. I was all around the liquor store trying to find something special. I didn't find what I wanted, but I'll end up getting.
Save what you want for the
Yeah. I'm not gonna give away what I was gonna find. I'd rather bring it next time, so I'm gonna surprise you with it.
So what
But
you got today though?
Today we have monkey shoulder. Okay, so I know a lot of people have had this, but I've never had it, and I've always wanted to try it. I'm a bit of a label whore. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now. I like a good
Definitely.
label, and this one's got bronze, or I'm sorry, I guess you can call it pewter.
Yeah,
3 monkey curls on the
Pewter.
front. Yeah, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I haven't heard bad things about it.
I'm gonna tell you it's great.
Okay, all right, man.
From a Scotch lover, I'm gonna tell you it's great. Even as a
Alright.
blend, it's still delicious.
I said rooted in malt whiskey history, inspired by malt men who still turn the malt barley by hand. So anything
hand.
by hand, yeah.
That's work.
That's right. When you're drinking somebody's hard work, that's like one of the best things about drinking. There's only one real way to make good Scotch and wine and stuff like that. Is doing it by hand. Sweating over it. You know what I'm saying?
Blood,
Trying
sweat,
not to
sweat,
get
and tears.
all the time. So this is what we're gonna taste today.
But one more thing about the monkey shoulder, although it's a blended Scotch, it's 3 single malts blended,
Oh,
which is a difference in the flavor and the profile.
okay.
So they're coming from different barrels, but they're single malt batch, and that's what makes that such a full body and rich and delicious. Even though it's a blend, it contends with the single malt Scotch.
Young liqueur connoisseur.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I just read the label.
That's the perfect time to pour that up and cheers to it right there.
See, I'm salivating.
This is telling you what I know.
Let me get it in there.
Oh,
That's it. Blue.
oh, that's the pour right there.
Get the sound. I like that. Pass my round.
sip with us, of course.
Yeah.
It's got the color, the amber or caramelization that's in there. Gotta like that.
I like it nice and
Nice and nice.
Gucci.
Right. The gooch.
So I said, thank you, sir.
Probably end up pouring more of this anyway. Oh.
Yeah. Once it hits your lips.
All right. Well, shall we toast to, gentlemen?
Man, 2020.
2020.
The Daddyin Project.
The Daddyin Project.
All things successful.
Hey, man, let's toast to y'all in this platform.
All right.
Let's keep making it
And
happen.
growing.
Cheers, gentlemen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Salute. All
Yeah,
right.
that's smooth right there.
That's the shoulder right there. Feel that
Like
shoulder.
that.
Hit him with the show.
Middle of the shoulder.
Feel the shoulder.
I like
So,
that.
Our next segment
Make
coming
you
up.
grow some hair on your chest, man.
Yeah.
Got the monkeys on there.
Focus on that.
Put like on your monkey. There you go.
Give you a little extra monkey.
That's it right there.
About to hit no ceilings right there. You do not own the rights to that music, but I thought I was about to get the lighter in
Young
the bar.
salsa, baby.
I got one on, I'm reaching for it.
I'm with it.
Oh man. But our first segment, Joe Tabasco's gonna lead us on to this one.
I'm gonna run it back out.
It's the sound sauce, ladies and
Sound
gentlemen. Hot topics on music.
20.
What we got for today, Joe?
All right, so today on the Sound Sauce, I'm going to go ahead and recap on Billie Eilish. I don't know if you know what happened during the I think it was the Grammys. The Grammys that she got when she was getting an award and stuff. And so she is up for criticism because of some things she said about the rap game. It is stuff that I'll go ahead and say that I was reading the comments, and I'll go ahead and say that although I think a lot of us already know some of this stuff isn't true, she's saying it makes it look like, you know, as young as she is and becoming famous for obviously being a person of music, and it almost makes it sound like she is let's go ahead and say she's the all authority over the rap game.
The voice.
Yeah, right. So I'll just read you some stuff that she said. So
This is Billie English.
Billie Eilish, yeah.
Let's see what you're talking about.
All right, so let's see. All right, so this is like a word for word. It's like I got an AK-47 and I'm fucking, and I'm like, what? You have it? And then she's like, what? You don't have a gun? And somebody else will say like, and all my bitches, and she's like, which bitches? So
all of them.
right. So if you don't know anything about hip hop and rap and whatnot, the people who bust lyrics out in this genre will say things of this nature, and she's saying she doesn't like any of that. Like, she's saying that basically it's a lie. She's calling most of it a lie, and so the internet and social media has come back to say things like, who made you the first and foremost authority on the rap game?
Everything.
Right.
Rap game.
Whether it's true or not, fellas, do you think she has a leg to stand on? That's the question I'm asking.
Does she have a leg to stand
Who
on?
is she again? This is what I'm asking.
A young Caucasian American.
I'm just saying, who is she again?
Billie. I'm sorry. Eilish.
That's
Eilish.
Who is she again?
So, I want first off to say I had to just Google her real quick. But,
I should tell you something.
I've heard her name before, but I wanted to get another background. But her full name seems to be Billie Eilish Pirate Bard O'Connell.
Did a mama name of that, or that's a self-selected?
That's a lie.
Name? Like the other guy we saw, the white dude that was named Tupac.
Hey, it just is
So
what
white
it
guy
is.
named Tupac.
Yes, sir.
Legit.
He committed crimes too. That's the funny part.
He bailed some smoke.
So she's an 18-year-old out of LA.
Oh, that's
Stop it, 18-year-old.
There you go.
So shout out to not her.
So you're an 18-year-old white girl from LA who
Just
feels
wanna
it necessary to express your opinion on the
Yeah.
culture
I like-
that is not for you, by you.
Right.
FUBU.
or
That's what I got.
yeah. So I mean, she has a right to, cause everybody has a right to express their opinion. But
100%.
But do I give a fuck? And am I gonna entertain it? No.
Right.
But the other thing is, I'd like to see her challenge YG and anybody else out there on the coast.
Please don't.
First.
Please don't
Right.
try
And
that.
then come this way
Exactly.
and work your way from West
It's gonna
Coast
stop
to
at YG.
down south.
Don't.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Shout out to YG.
400.
So
So
that's it.
I don't. Yeah, I this is jerk speaking. Like D said, it's everybody has their right to an opinion, but I think as her being the voice or whatever she is for the youth or whatever, nah. There's too many, even the non-talented mumble rappers that are out there. I still think they have a better leg to stand on than she does, just not being in the genre itself. Not saying that she can't, like I said, have her opinion about it, but I don't think she stands for any group of people as the voice.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice of her to speak up, man. To be honest, there's plenty of line in the rap game.
Everybody knows. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, fake it till you make it,
Everybody
whatever it
knows.
is. But rappers are known to embellish.
Yeah.
Because what they're selling is the lifestyle, what's going on
Right.
here.
You say you got 10 stacks, but really it was just 2.
Yeah.
Oh, was it a stack? It might have been a double stack.
It might have
You know what I'm
been.
saying? They got a 4 for 4 and a 5 for 4.
Right.
That was probably a double stack with no pickles.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I got that bread.
Was it Scene on Friday? Remember when he was like, it was counting when Smokey was counting the money,
40, 60, 80.
he flipped it.
He said, he playing with my money.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
These boys got keto pockets.
Right.
No bread.
Why
No
Hey,
bread.
hey, you ain't read that's going on the mixtape. All right,
I
I thought about it in the
I see
gym
you,
today. Keto pockets, no bread, hot pockets. That's what I said. They ain't ready.
Ah, man.
Sorry.
So I'm just
Real rap problem.
real rap problems.
They're not ready.
You know how much ramen you can get with
But
that?
yeah, but I mean, was it who was it that actually said that in the line? Was it Luda? It was another prolific rapper that, well, I can't think of who it was. It actually said, yeah, I ain't had none of them chains. I ain't had none of that stuff. But that's part of the culture.
That's part of the culture.
And if we want to get real technical, since we do on this show with the music segment, the rap game was originally about stepping up another level. You got people who were coming out of absolutely nothing, and the whole point was to be the next somebody, to be the shine, to be the dude on the block that's got XYZ, to get the
agree
whips,
with that.
the cars, the girls. So everything was larger than life, so that you could actually kind of one up the next person.
Right.
So the game was built on fantasy. And all you're doing is bringing fantasy, and then I think where the game shifted is you're talking about real life, and then you mix a little fantasy in there, and that becomes the culture. So it's like, yeah, I got these, whips and these Mercedes. Until I get these whips and Mercedes, I'm gonna talk about it.
Right.
So in my personal opinion, you're speaking into existence.
Right.
Manifest.
Right.
I'm just saying. So
I
it's
wanted
literally-
this.
that's part
I
of the game.
willed this to happen.
That's part of the game.
Right.
Fallout Boy is not necessarily lying about bitches and hoes and all this other stuff, but whatever they're talking about, that's what they choose to talk about.
Yeah.
So they may not have actually been broken up with and had all these heartache and
Right.
Green Day may not be really walking contradiction.
Right.
It may just
Well
be
done,
how he
well
feels
done.
at that moment.
Right. So I'll say this much. I don't know if Billie is trying to put the word out and have everybody make changes and be like, y'all need to put this rap game down or not. She may have just, from what I was reading, she just came out and said what was on her mind, which is everybody can do that,
Right.
which is fine. As usual, if you say anything around anybody with social media, they will just
Blow it up.
because they can and they will. And Billie's famous right now.
Right.
She's, she's one of the youngest to get an award. So if she says anything, everybody's putting it on a microscope and a microphone.
And I'm sure she's actually a big fan of hip hop, the rap culture. I mean, it's the most popular music on the planet.
That's
when
right.
you're getting banned from countries and things of that nature, they try to take you out. You're so influential on that standard. I'm sure she listens to it. I'm sure she has those she listens to.
Sure she has fans.
Has fans
She's
and all that
certain
kind of
kinds,
stuff.
yeah.
Certain kinds of people.
Yeah.
She probably just doesn't quite understand the culture and what's going on around her with it. Of course, the rap game's been going on for quite some time before she was even born.
Right.
So, I don't want to fault her too much, but at the same time, I hope she realizes that nobody really cares.
Yeah, you gotta stop. 'Cause unless you're just giving us ammo to talk about you with. Which, if you care, then stop. If you don't, then I guess continue. But Get ready because we can still keep going.
This young generation just more entitled than our generation. They feel that they have a right to speak on everything.
You do. Can I just say this?
I mean, you do have a right, but I'm just saying, like, it's more or less they feel their opinion matters and should be taken for what it is.
Can I just say this though? I can't believe we've made it to the age where we can be old enough to say shit like that.
That is true.
Kids these days.
Oh yeah, we all this shit.
Kids these days. I remember my older family, like my elders, they would say stuff like, "I don't know what's wrong with you kids." Now, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now we're old enough to say it, which I just think is funny.
Yeah, it's part of the process, though.
Yeah, we're allowed.
It's part of the process.
We're blessed.
Enough
to be able to be them old ass niggas.
Yeah, that is the real
in the club with velour super songs.
Right.
The whole night.
I got one in the closet still ready to break out.
And home by 9.
Come here.
Happy hour home by 9. I gotta go to work.
Gotta soak my feet.
What you doing for yourself?
I'm gonna tell you the words. One of my best friends.
Triple and quadruple paralled up there and the nigga to say something.
That's
it.
Little nigga, because in my day,
these young bloods,
we used to fight.
And
we kept fighting even if you lost.
These young Thundercats out here.
Yo, Thundercats, that's one.
You lose. I mean, that's what it is out here. That's good stuff. I remember, coming up, everybody be telling you, like, for a black man, just to make it to 25 is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, when I turned 25, I was like, shit, I made it in this month. I'm good now,
25?
Man, I was like, man, my insurance dropped.
But it is more life, right?
It's more life. My mansion.
I can rent a car.
I can rent a car. My insurance dropped.
They say at 25, you're less likely to go to jail and all die and all that kind of stuff.
Man, I was like, man, about that one, bro.
That's what it is.
I still got time.
I'm still taking penitentiary chances at 30.
Take a chance.
You gotta keep it interesting.
Speaking of chances in the rap game, right now we eating these rap snacks. I don't know if y'all have had those before. Master P, he always got a plan with something. Rap snacks, it's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's pretty genius the way he goes about it, but he put out these snacks out here, delicious, and then he partners with another artist and puts them on the bag. So we have some Cardi B cheddar barbecue chips.
Ow.
I said we kind of having some, but Joe over here, he smashed his bag. I don't know if any of y'all want some of these.
Yeah,
these are actually pretty tasty right here. These I've had a couple.
Master P actually came out with some noodles now.
Noodles, yeah.
The noodles,
Rap noodles.
I heard about it.
He was
on top of his stuff.
You said it was a ramen, right?
Ramen noodle.
Ramen noodle.
But he got like cheese, macaroni and cheese flavors.
Yeah.
Real flavors.
Like chicken flavor. Right. All right. Fried chicken with hot sauce flavor.
Shout out to Percy.
Hey, when I see him on the shelf, I'm gonna get him. Shout out to Master P. Black History Month. Gotta get him out. He done about everything a person can do in life.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Master P is the quintessential example of all of the things that the black, I won't even say black, I'll say urban culture. I do want to try one.
Do it. That thing's kind of good.
Attempted to do, and Percy Miller did it all.
Right.
He went to the league. He did some other activities that brought in revenue.
Yep. Did some movies.
Yep. World-renowned record producer.
Yep.
Put out more hits than a little bit.
Yep.
All at the same
movie
time.
producer.
The only man to roll out a solid gold tank to a basketball game.
I ain't gonna say he had all good movies, but he put some movies out.
Hey, that's not the point. He putting more movies than what was out there.
I got the hookup. It's a classic.
Yeah,
that is a classic.
That's a hood classic right there.
You talking about grind and hustle, like you said earlier. The grind, man, he really put that in. So, on another level, like what D is over here doing is kind of the same thing. You got a lot of talent and you got a lot of ingenuity that is out here. And it's just time for us to really tap into it and shine.
And do it. Don't wait. Tomorrow is not promised. Express yourself now.
Yeah. If you got an idea, do it. I would say fake it out, but still be doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's one of my biggest joys in this brand. Is like it started out as an idea, and just to see it come to fruition. Like you said earlier, I'm teaching my kids that hey, y'all got all these ideas. Y'all can have your own businesses. While we sitting here at dinner and I'm talking to y'all and we talk about y'all day at school, somebody just ordered the shirt. I just made some money and I didn't do nothing.
Having
It
dinner
just
with the family.
It's sitting here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being able to provide that example to the children
something
has been one of the most rewarding aspects of
And not,
creating this.
I was gonna say not just about passive income, but more or less teaching them to think critically. And it's not all about the money; it's about thinking critically. How else can you solve these problems that you got? Yeah, money's the byproduct of, like I said, this grind and ingenuity, but teaching them to think critically. And that's what I think everybody. I know me and Salsa had this conversation the other day. You know, is there a real point for college? You know, because you're going to really learn how to think critically at a different level. You're learning how to apply skill sets, and all you're doing is taking in all these subject matters so that you can get a comprehensive idea of life and then learn how to apply it. So it's an application.
I feel like you spot on with that, but I also feel like there is a necessity for college, not in the educational sense.
Now we'll talk strictly education.
It's more or less you learning how to network, interact with different people from different cultures.
Yeah. I do.
Oh, I agree
Like
with you.
all those life lessons that you get from college experience will go on how you proceed in life going forward, and they'll essentially help mold you. Like people often find themselves in college.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Experiences,
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely advocate for going to school, like not necessarily for you getting your education and you going to a dead-end job that you don't want, but for the experience.
Right.
For the experience.
I think you 100 on that though. Like I was in college, and so when I was in college, which I graduated,
From
I was
where?
in college, A&M.
Tell them about going to
HBCU.
illustrious HBCU that you went
Yes,
to.
HBCU, historically black college. That's right.
That normal school.
I went to that, located in Normal, Alabama, where it is full of only really one color, but it is normal to us. So when I went there, you were absolutely correct. I met a lot of different people from a lot of different countries, and when I say countries, I mean different continents.
Right.
And they all had, like you said earlier, stories to tell.
Mm-hmm.
They all had experiences, and their drive was insane. Like I grew up here, but the people I met at A&M, they were from Africa. Their drive. Look, I'm saying those dudes' drive was insane.
Yeah.
They were insane. I actually met I was actually in art school with a guy that from Africa who was actually studying for his exams, holding the book while playing soccer on the field. He was doing it at the same time. That's incredible drive. And that taught me that it was like, yo, I'm pretty comfortable, but I'm looking at a dude who feels comfortable while doing 2 or 3 other things at once. That was a good lesson to learn. Yeah, because he feels like it's not because he has to, he feels like he has to.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's a different mentality.
Yeah, he's holding his own gun to his head, and he was like, "Oh, it's either this or go back."
Cause either this or go back,
right?
Or I'm doing this for my family,
For somebody.
Because I'm gonna be the one that delivers us from this.
And you're right. He was as I talked to him, he was the first generation to make it here. He said everybody in his family, there was a lot of them, put in to get him there.
Mm-hmm. Somebody gonna make it, and we all gonna be
right.
I'm coming over.
I feel like the leverage was there though. Like it was what was on his shoulders was mountains more than what was on mine. So it was a lesson to learn. Like instead of just going, oh, that dude's got a lot going on in his life. You know, instead of that, I was just listening to him talk.
Right. I was having a similar conversation today with one of my coworkers about a guy, Michael Olowokandi. Y'all ever heard that name?
Yeah.
So he was from Nigeria, I believe. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, listeners. Y'all can check us out on Raw Sauce _. Correct me for any of my facts I've been speaking to.
It's not facts, they're myths.
Or myths, yeah, whatever. Michael Okande, he was calling across the United States because he wanted to be a soccer player, football for y'all overseas in Europe. And here in the United States, everybody didn't understand what he said. He says, I want to come play ball. I want to come play ball. So they think he want to play basketball. He gives them his stats. This dude's 7 feet tall. Quite a large person for soccer and all that. And he ends up actually getting a scholarship to go to college to play basketball. So this is a person who drive. First of all, he was just like, I'm just going to the United States. I'm gonna play soccer. That's what I do. But even though it didn't turn out the way he thought it would. He ended up playing basketball and became the #1 overall draft pick in 1998.
Okay.
Over Vince Carter, over Dirk, over Mike Bibby. My boy White Chocolate. My boy White Chocolate was out there. Out there. Plenty of people he had the opportunity to be over. Now, I'm not gonna say his career turned out to be the finest.
I'm gonna say what happened to him.
His career didn't turn out. His career didn't turn out to be the finest, but I will tell you, he now has a network of $20 million. So
he turned out alright.
So
you end up all right. I can't get mad at you.
There's something to say about Drive. Oh, shout out to Paul Pierce in that draft class as well. So yeah, I mean it's full. It's full out there. So they definitely got people with drive out there in this world who can inspire you like that.
That's what it's supposed to be, though. Yeah. Literally, inspiration, man.
Inspiration. That's what I use the rap music for. I think that's one thing Billy probably doesn't understand. The only reason I probably got out of college was probably TM. You know.
They not ready.
Jesus got me through college. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
When that Thug Motivation 101 dropped,
that's it.
You could hear the whole album just walking down the streets, and everybody had a different track playing out their dorm or in their car. You heard the whole album, you didn't even have to buy it. That's how impactful that Thug 101 was.
I could definitely say Billy's not paying attention to what that music can actually do to you.
Right.
Like, look, I still got problems. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Sometimes Jeezy got me. Okay, I'm just saying. I have one of those moments, and I'm like, well, Jeezy, I guess I'm going to turn you up to 11.
That's
somehow I think you understand where I'm coming from.
Sometimes I need to trap. Imagine this.
I mean, you were literally sitting in the Waffle House going, yep, trap's happening. Right now.
Turn the pages.
I'm the realest nigga rapping.
I already know.
Right now.
Shout out to Jeezy one more time.
Shout out to Jeezy. Appreciate you.
Plenty of references to the.
You got me through this.
He done showed some maturity and growth in his endeavors, his raps, and
definitely has.
His life got that young Asian thing.
But you're supposed to. The whole thing with all of this is that, like, in the words of one of my best friends, we talking about keep living. And as long as you're doing that, you're gonna change. You're gonna mature. You're gonna have these lessons that keep you from, regression. Once you get to a certain point of maturation, there's no regression.
Yeah.
That's deep. Now run that back on the play.
Give it to him one more time.
At a certain level of maturation, there is no regression.
Okay.
Because you're never going. Once you reach that point, you're always going to make sure that you're moving forward. Mm-hmm. And everybody doesn't get to that point of maturation. So let's leave it there. It's okay. Going on the mixtape.
First of all, y'all listeners, let us know what your favorite track is off Team 101, and then also let us know what you think about that maturation.
Yeah,
that's raw sauce.
Dropping these nuggets for you.
Come see us. Let's have a discussion. We'll have a poll question soon too. This has been our Sound Sauce segment. We have talked so much about music. You know we love music. If I could throw on the track right now, I'll be busting out here. Beats will be on. But somebody probably give me a call and get another cease and desist letter.
Another cease and desist.
Shout out Missouri. We know you're listening.
It just is what it is. You already know.
Appreciate y'all two fans. Because we got two fans out of that. They still listen.
All right. We know you're listening. Even if it's negative, we know you're listening.
Y'all the NWA podcast.
I mean, they not real.
That's it, man. We're going to play it? We're going to play it.
What did Chappelle say? You clicked on my face.
That's it. That's my face right there.
Can't stop you for that.
All right, that's it. With the closing of that segment, I'd like to open up our hot sauce current topics. It's 2020. We got some hot topics out here for y'all.
Fire.
To soak up, what you got? This is some stuff straight out the headlines. I want to start off first. Start a conversation off by speaking about Gayle. And Kobe, everybody, R.I.P. to Kobe and your family. Prayers are out there. Your boy Salsa, Kobe, I've always had a relationship with you. It's not always been the most positive, Always talking about who's the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Is that a conversation?
But in this time, I found myself reflecting and saying, damn, I spent a lot of time dealing with Kobe Bryant. He don't even know who I am, but he's been so impactful on this world.
Yep.
And to see
after his death, someone come out and speak about what they did is, I don't know. I find it kind of rude to speak ill of the dead, as they say.
Right.
But Gayle King has come out and made a question with Lisa Leslie, I believe, during the interview, asking about his rape allegations during that time. My question to the podcast right here, Raw Sauce, and our listeners is: was she right to bring that up, or should she have left it alone? Now, first off, I want to start off by saying you do need to listen to the whole conversation in full context of how she got there.
Okay.
But still, in fact, did she need to bring up the subject?
So I'm gonna quickly jump on that one. In her position and what her job, and this is gonna be kind of contradictory, but in what she does as far as journalism and bringing that information, I feel like she has an obligation to kind of pick certain things out to bring attention to whatever the subject is that she's talking about. That kind of comes with the territory. Do I feel that it was necessary as far as that comment goes and that content? From a personal standpoint, yeah, I don't want to speak ill of the dead either. But I think in certain situations, not that it's right, it's not necessarily right or wrong, but it's just like, I have a little more couth about what you're doing. And because of the, just be honest, the timeline, it's too soon. As we say, it's too soon. There's certain things, you know, we joke about now. They joke about, Michael Jackson, Prince, all them being in heaven having a concert. It never is a right time to speak of it, but black people, black Twitter, whatever, they already got jokes. Already. I saw one with a Grim Reaper shooting the helicopter saying, Kobe.
Oh,
oh my God.
Recently. It's cold-blooded. However, I think it was Chris Rock that spoke on it, and I want to say Chris Rock, please don't misquote me, but I can't remember who it was, but that we also, as a defense mechanism, are known for making comedy out of tragedy to help us get through certain things.
Because we've had so much of it.
It's commonplace.
It's
and as a collective group of people, we've dealt with so much that it becomes the only coping mechanism that we have, because right around the corner something else gonna happen.
Exactly. We know what's coming.
Grandma got her toes cut off for diabetes. She can't kick nobody's ass.
Right.
But we still make light of the situation.
Yeah.
When in fact, that's
because her food is delicious.
That's it. So when you look at it from that standpoint, it's too soon collectively with everything that's going on right now. The climate, that's another thing too. That's an external factor to me. Who is saying it and what they're saying right now has driven so much by our current climate.
Right.
So you're going to be a little more sensitive to it because of things that are out there. But again, in the field that she's in, speak on what's going to get the not necessarily the likes, but the attention to that particular article.
That works for her job. I do
for her job. That's the only thing I'll say for her job. But again, it's too soon.
It's to do agreement. But as a person, I don't know. Even if it was my job, I could have done that.
And that's because you're built differently. You have moral fibers.
Okay. Great answer right there. Moral fiber is definitely what it is. Look, he's never. I'm honest. He was not my favorite player. Was he a great player? Absolutely. The one thing I definitely appreciated about him is how he did it, though. He played same team, and he had a little trouble. You know what I'm saying? But he paid 150 M's to get rid of that, and it worked out. But let me go ahead and tell it to you like this. What he did was something that I wish we all could do. What the thing we wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Be great at it, get paid stupid money for it, and then bounce by 40.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? My man was done by 40.
Done.
That's the thing that hurt me the most. He got a chance to get out with. He still had his own kneecaps.
Right. Straight out of high school, right?
Straight out. Yeah, he was one of the last to get straight out of high school. That's a good point. He had Olympic gold medals. He had Oscar. He had the best last game of his entire life. Like, if you think about,
let him get a few shots off. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, they did it in clap for him.
It wasn't no hard fouls, but
Dude, it was
I'm
tear
not gonna let you do it.
It's tear worthy. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty
it
good.
was.
And he was like, "All right, I'm done. I'm about to go live my life, grow my little one to be like the Miss Mamba."
Miss Mamba. Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mamacita.
right.
Mamacita.
That's to me,
Mamacita.
as far as being a black man goes, like that's a real goal. Like
it.
that's a real like wishful thinking
Right.
goal to get
If
to.
there was someone who lived up to the daddy sense,
I was just about to touch on
this
that.
is probably Mambo.
Touch on it.
When I first heard about it, I was like, damn, Kobe gone. Like, he wasn't my favorite player. Growing up, I used to be like, yeah, Kobe probably my cousin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same last name. That was my go-to. That's my cousin.
Right.
Yeah.
But growing up, he wasn't my favorite player or whatever.
Right.
And but there's, like you said, there's no denying his mentality, what he did for the game, how he pushed the culture, and just his impact. So you can't take that away from the man.
Nope.
What really hurt me though was when I found out that his daughter passed away with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I
Think they
like
hit everybody
really.
at
That's
the
when
same
I was
time.
really like my soul, my heart got tugged because it's like damn,
It put
her
everything in
whole
perspective.
life is taken away. Like you saw what she was going to be.
Yeah, she was gonna be.
She was going to be the next one, and the fact that he took so much pride in after his career, investing in spending time with his family and developing her and coaching her, and just you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Him fulfilling
Being
his
with her.
passion and finding his purpose in his fatherhood and just outside of basketball and wanting to be defined by that, not his legacy on the court, and having that cut short is what really impacted me, especially as a father.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, damn, I'm over here doing all this. I'm trying to build this life for my children, but to have their life cut short.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to. I can only imagine what their last moments were.
But you
going
can only
down.
imagine.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
hold
Her-
each other. I mean, like,
Her terrified, and you knowing there's nothing that you can do as a father to prevent it.
Yep.
That's one of the hardest things, and something I still not able to grasp. Not being able to comfort or protect your child from hurt or
It's
pain.
crazy.
Like,
Absolutely
that's
crazy.
ridiculous.
So
So the fact that Gail, when she had every opportunity while he was alive, if she really wanted to talk about this,
the other piece.
you wait till
Why
this man's
now?
passed away and to
Why
try to
now?
tarnish his legacy
right.
by bringing it up. And I understand you saying you want to do it for people who have been victims of sexual assault, which I understand.
But there's plenty
I
of
can
other-
appreciate.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that away from them.
Yeah.
But
That
in
time,
a sense,
that
exactly.
moment.
In a sense, you're tarnishing that man's legacy by bringing that up.
Yeah.
When he's done so much more and was making a bigger impact.
Yep.
Right.
Outside of basketball.
Yep.
Like,
He kept going. He kept trying to rise up even after that fact. You can't really appreciate that.
he's
Like,
a
yeah.
father. He hashtag girl dad.
Right.
Like he's doing everything for his daughters. You want to bring up allegations of sexual misconduct with a woman when he's dedicated his most recent years to empowering,
Yep.
in a sense, women.
Right.
Yep.
So
And
why
then-
would you try
Yeah,
to take that
yeah.
away? That shit's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you even have a current, presidential examples of these things where you could talk about that right now. You know, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. There's current topics,
Yep.
current presidential examples
Habanero.
of how you can discuss, sexual misconduct, in any kind of, what do you talk about, negative aspects dealing with women. You can put that platform out there right now. But like you said, for the content of what she was trying to do and what he brought to the current environment and the current situation, it's kind of like, damn, that's kind of messed up. I don't think you need to do that. And then the fact that his daughter was involved, and I know it's going to get into, real specific, but the fact that it will forever be remembered with him and his daughter,
Yeah.
I think you're tarnishing and you're taking away from the empathy and sympathy and love for her as a child when you're bringing up her dad, stuff like that. Because they're forever going to be together. It's going to be him and his daughter died together.
Yeah.
So, like piggybacking off that, him and his daughter passed together. Next segment, but hey, you know it is.
Right.
Like, why would you even? Why would you do
And that's,
that?
what I'm getting at. If it had been,
Yeah.
rest her soul too, baby girl. when Aaliyah passed.
Right. Went down like that.
It kind of, but I'm saying it was for everybody, but it was just her or Left Eye, just her. These things, just these individuals by themselves, what I'm saying, not joined together. And like I said, you got a father-daughter thing, and I think that takes away from what that was supposed to be in remembrance of them. Right. So that's my take. I feel like she should have held off on that one, and just having Tack and Kuth as a journalist to be able to differentiate that.
But even more, I think everybody has this sentiment that, like LeBron tweeted, like, you gotta protect Lisa Leslie and the SBB own people. Like, we got enough shit coming at us as a people from outside influences. Like, at some point, we have to look out for each other and do for ourselves.
Literally.
Like, because we all we got, essentially.
Right.
Like, they don't care.
Like a friend does for us what we cannot do for ourselves.
Right.
I got you.
Like,
Let me touch on something you said earlier. Surrounding yourself by people who, like, keep you lifted. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
like being a present progressive, like ING.
Keep you, right. You know what I'm saying?
Keep you like helium, keeping you.
I'm being honest, like, to be like Mr. Hollandaise, I've known him for like quite a long time. But like, I would have aspirations for things, and he was like, "Yo, you can do it." Like, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think twice about it.
Right, didn't even think twice about it. I was like, yeah, I could be halfway through the notion and be like, nah, I mean, that's your wheelhouse.
I'm gonna slap you and tell you to keep doing
those
it.
People,
even if you don't agree with that shit, nah, push it. If
you'll even say it, right. Those are the people I'm talking about. They'll look right at you and be like, yo, I think that's shit. But you know what? If that's what you want to do,
I'm behind you.
I'm behind you. But that's the real people.
See,
they're not actually putting boots on the ground for you. Okay, but they are saying that you got it. But you actually believe them.
Right.
They're actually believable people, and that's the real shit. So like surrounding yourself with people like that is important. To go back to the Gale thing, look, we all know what Kobe. We all know Kobe got into that mess. That's the thing. We'll never forget about that. We know that.
We
you know
should forget about it. And I'm gonna have to interject.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
Second. And the reason I'm saying that off of, I'll just be frank with it. Personal conviction. Everyone forgets about the human factor, regardless. I think our quest for perfection is where we always fall short. Everybody goes off of what's supposed to be and what's supposed to happen because we've built these, fictitious parameters.
These constructs.
Yeah, these social constructs of how things are supposed to be, but the human factor is never built into that construct. And that leaves the gray area, that leaves the open area. Everything is not black and white because we're humans. Right. We have mistakes, we make mistakes. And every single any person that tells you that they don't is full of shit and they're lying. And everything that we're talking about now, even when it comes down to fatherhood, when it comes down to, like we're talking about with Kobe's mentality, the mindset, none of that came without some kind of failure, some kind of mistake, some kind of something, because you don't get better until you make those mistakes so that you can progress. It goes back to the maturation and the lack of regression. All of that happens because you fail, period. And if you do not fail, you don't succeed.
See, I've also heard that the better man.
I'm on this monkey show to talk
with you.
I'm doing a lot around here.
I've heard it before.
I got so many quotes.
I remember hearing from my elders. The better man often does not appear until after the mistake.
Oh yeah, I'm here now. 2020. I'm here.
You find
2020. I'm here.
Right.
You tell me about the sauce and come find me.
I'm telling you, man. You find a dude who has lived a perfect life and he has not actually lived.
Let me know when you find him.
Shit, I don't want to find him.
Joe, I did not know you was a philosopher.
No, I'm just saying,
Tabasco.
I'm just saying, man. Holidays is 100% right, man. You got to make a mistake. It's coming for you. It's coming for you, y'all. But it's what you do after.
Exactly.
Right. What you do.
It's how you deal with it, how you handle it. You know what I'm saying? And Hollandaise is also right. Perfection is a joke. No one has perfection. You can't get it.
No, you strive for it.
You strive for it. You can get close to it, but you're never going to touch it. But if you want to strive for it, then there's the perfection. Okay? At least you're going for it.
Well, there's the
no
process.
one can deny, even when you're doing the daddy stuff. As long as you try to be a great father, you're already doing better than everyone else that failed at it. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. My bad, man. I didn't mean to interrupt the joke. But
No. But you're absolutely right.
I felt some kind of way about that.
No, you felt some kind of way.
Some kind of way about
and
that.
So I agree. I agree that Gail shouldn't have touched on that. Now, whether the network was like, yo, you better ask this question or else, then whatever.
But even in that, I won't go so far as to say she shouldn't have asked it. It's just the timing.
Yeah.
When and how, etc.
Yeah.
Maybe first coming off, she could have said, due to, maybe, at a certain point, this happened, but the legacy that it left behind was X. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to go about it. There's always, and what we always say is not what you say, is how you say it.
There you go.
That's it. Right. So I think she could have asked a question.
Listeners, let us know how you feel about this subject, man.
Yeah, let us know.
Asked the question when she should have asked the question. Let us know on Raw Sauce right now. You can check us out on Raw Sauce _ that's RAWSAUCE _ Check us out.
Shout out to those two ladies.
Shout out
Missouri.
Shout out to Missouri. We here in the building.
Hope you're listening.
But let us know. We're gonna put the poll question out. We want your feedback. Matter of fact, we need your feedback.
Yeah, we need it.
But moving forward, I like to move on to a tech question. We asked, can I read minds? Elon Musk, aka Iron Man,
Okay.
is putting billions of dollars into mind reading technology.
Tell us about it.
But is it mind reading?
Now listen to me, because I want you to get my question first.
Talk to me.
My question is,
Let me sip on
so
this.
let's say Elon does perfect this technology. Got you invested in it. There's going to be plenty for and against this. Are you for mind reading technology? And if so, why? Or are you against it? And the same.
For half a second, tell me what is included in this mind reading technology. Is it strictly really mind reading technology, or is it anticipatory?
Or is it like mind?
Or is it an algorithm like IG?
He's been
predicting
trying to build this technology for quite some time.
Yeah.
As most scientists do.
Yeah.
But he believes he's recently made a breakthrough that he should invest more money into. Now, he's been using algorithms to do some type of predictive and listening technology. But now he thinks he has something that can actually read your mind, and he's willing to put his money behind it.
But he's got
enough
to play with it.
I know there's a lot of people out there, and people want to know what other people are thinking. But should you? Because once you give the reins out there, someone else could do the same thing to you, what you could do to them. Do I need to read the mind of my spouse? Do I need to read the mind of my best friend? Yeah. These are questions.
You open up that box.
These are questions.
Those are trick questions.
Pandora's box.
That is a Pandora's box.
When you go looking for something, you gonna find that shit. You better be prepared.
Hot box right there.
Was it the quote was the two tragedies in life is not getting what you want, and the other one is getting it.
Ooh.
Be careful
what you want.
Yeah, be careful.
Been there.
Okay.
I need a shirt.
There.
Brand of shirt.
Brand shirt.
Real talk. We're gonna put this out.
Almost
We're gonna talk, D. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk after this.
Stay tuned.
Hey.
Stay tuned for Raw Sauce After Dark.
Hey, the sauce is raw. Hey, D, we got a whole nother line. I'm finna help you be the ambassador.
I think I saw some on
Dodge
the
that
bandstand.
bullet. Yes. But I'm gonna jump on it.
So yeah, please let me know. We're gonna go around the board, and I want to know what your feelings are.
I'm gonna jump on it. That's a very like you said, that's a loaded question, because do we want that? I think was it Mel Gibson in the movie where he was able to
What Women Want?
What Women Want?
Yeah.
That's dope when you are the one that holds the key.
Yeah.
But on the other end is the privacy factor. Would you want someone else to be able to take what you have and run with it?
Because it runs both ways.
It runs both ways. Now, if you get into the technicality, and I think we had this on another episode, we talked about superpowers and etc. If you were able to do that, would you, in this case, be on the receiving end? Would you be okay with someone always being able to tap into your thoughts? Hell, I know most of us got passwords on our phones. So let alone your thoughts. This is just what I put on my DuckDuckGo. Shout out DuckDuckGo. You know what I'm saying, for the privacy factor. Yeah, because I mean you can screenshot on stuff.
It's still the internet.
It's still the internet. It's wide open. However, they're more secure than Google. But put it in context. I can't, and I won't. I don't care. I can screenshot on DuckDuckGo. That's all I know. That's all I know. Shout out to Bria Majors. I screenshot you.
Bria.
But
hey, if you want to come on a podcast, Bria, just let us know.
I sent you 2 DMs. I'm waiting on you.
So, right, we need you.
But with that, like you said, just having the capability in somebody's hand, yeah, it's always fine until it's in like Hitler's hands or presidential hands, current presidential hands. I can't even give him a name. Presidential hands, they're small, so it won't be a lot of it.
Wow.
A lot of it.
Cool.
But at the same time, you talk about people that are people who are capable of doing bad things.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want that technology to be available.
Okay.
For me personally, even cloning was a big deal for me. I don't know if y'all remember when they
Yeah,
first started cloning sheep.
Yeah.
That was a big deal to me.
Dolly, right? Dolly?
Something like that. I don't know. It maybe
And
took
the stem cell
497
research
miles
and
on that. Oh, you talking about different Dolly? My bad. I thought you were talking about another Dolly.
Right.
So when you start getting into these, when you start getting into these other elements, it's hard to differentiate. Like you said, should that be available to the public? Now, there's a lot of things that all of us know that are available to the government, that are available to other large organizations and other entities, but should it be available to the general public? I don't know.
You don't know? That's your answer? You don't know?
I don't know if it should be available. Why it should be widely available? No.
It's in your hand. Would you make it available?
No.
Okay.
That's what I would keep it to myself, just like the government does.
What about you, D?
Nah, definitely wouldn't make it available. Cause for some fact, I don't want y'all to know what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So, nah, I'm good. Like, I can see the benefits of it, knowing what our quote-unquote enemies are thinking as far as, like, defense for America.
But your enemy, like you said earlier, in your circle may be your homeboy.
Exactly. Because then once you find out, people who you thought was loyal to you ain't really loyal
to you. Ooh, man, it's
like,
real.
You know what I'm saying? It's too much.
The Roccos keep them squares up out the circle.
Hey,
that's real.
Wow,
that was some very real shit.
That is super deep.
You don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
That is super deep.
Homeboy and your crew try to sabotage. You ain't even know it.
You ain't know it. Like, nah, I just look. It's too much like trying to play God, man.
And that's another element. But you got people who are void of religion trying to play that role. So that's the difference.
I mean, I feel like even with that void in religion, like, you gotta be the most spiritual person to know that it's certain things that.
But you said spiritual, which is different from religion.
You don't have to be the most religious.
So I agree with you.
Okay. You don't have to be the most religious, like you said.
But I agree with you on the spiritual part.
Okay.
Yeah. Because then there's the void of that hierarchy or whatever. But I agree with you 1,000%.
Right.
Because you can be spiritual, not be religious, and still try to play that role of a creator and not a creator, in which you are. It's a big difference. So, Joe, what'd you think?
I think I would keep it to myself, and I'll tell you why. Like, before this, there was, remember stem cell research, right?
Right.
Think of it this way: if that research was complete, so we're 4 black dudes sitting in the room right now. Who got high blood pressure? Well, we can't escape that. We're black. So think about it like this:
we black.
Yeah, we're inherently angry enough to have high blood pressure.
High blood pressure.
So happy high blood. Yeah. So think of it this way: if the research was complete, then we would know what we would have as far as like medical history. Like we would have like a high industry for stroke and stuff like that. So if you think about it, if that research was straight, then the insurance companies would know, and then you would never get covered because they know you would be a liability. So if you could read people's minds and stuff, think about how like big insurance and like big medical and stuff like that and big farm could deal with that kind of situation. Now you're more of a marketing statistic now.
True.
I know what you're gonna need because I know what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? Now,
but do you have to know what they're thinking to do that? Because that is the current state.
From what they can get out of you.
Yeah, but we give them everything. So
yeah, we inherently give it. There's some of us that still fight it, but yeah. Everything we do is information to somebody else.
Yeah, it is. And the information wants to get out.
So that's where I go back to: is it true mind reading or some kind of algorithm for predictive behavior?
I'm about
he wants to read your
mine.
Yeah.
So like some Avant type shit. I mean,
Everybody's mine. I just
think he wants to be the best version of the gypsy.
I just figure out what you want to do.
got you.
I think he just wants to be the best version of that.
So, question on this because I didn't read this particular piece, but how's he going about? I guess.
We can't tell you.
Okay, got it. So I would have to have.
Proprietary knowledge. You just have to
He's
assume.
not gonna say what his mind. Okay.
He's gotta let you know. So I'm gonna give Sauce's point on this. In life, I'm a bit of a pessimist. So
All right.
I think most people
You might be borderline realist. I give you that.
realist. I can get some realists.
I kind of
Yeah, I
think
give you-
the
and
way
this
you
is
the
from-
way you talk
this-
about money.
But this
some
is
realist.
but this is
in there.
the recipient
Sprinkle
of
the real
most of your
I
pessimism.
appreciate
It is a
that.
sense of
I
real sauce.
appreciate
It's
you.
a real sauce.
That's
You put on
it.
that.
I appreciate DJ K. I appreciate you. Another one.
And that takes a lot.
I'm passing around. So I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, I'm probably too curious to figure out how the world would react with something like this. I would release this shit and see what happens.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, full
I
chaos.
full
Yeah,
chaos.
basically.
Shit.
But maybe you're waiting to see what happens after the chaos.
But is it a controlled?
After the chaos
But is it
unfolds.
controlled
Right.
chaos?
Nah.
Like you releasing it to your
Nah,
coworkers
this
so they
ain't
can be
no-
like, "Hey, my God."
You don't even like him
Hey,
anyway.
what
You're just
are
kind of
you
like,
doing?
let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
we'll
when they
see
know
what
everything.
happens. What do they really think of me?
Yeah.
What's up? What's going on, Carrie? I can't wait to get you back into slavery.
That's
You're
exactly.
right.
I want listen. Everybody's got a secret.
Mhm.
Everybody has a secret. It's a real thing. I got secrets that I can't share with you over the air on podcasts. This is Sauce talking. I just want to know what the world. I mean,
The secret is he doesn't like how I ate all those damn chips.
Hey man,
That's
I am
one
really mad that he ate all those Cardi B
Damn,
cheesy
shout out Cardi
barbecue
B.
chips. They were actually really good.
They were really good.
They better than that. Was it Offset? He had some chips too. Who had the other
I
one?
thought Migos had.
Migos.
Yeah,
Migos
Hey,
collectively.
And
Migos.
Hey,
The
Romeo
chips
told
are
me
not
that
as good as
Cardi
Cardi B's. Cardi B's chips are better. They got a little extra crisp to them or something.
Damn.
The cheese and the barbecue is hitting. That's just Sauce's opinion.
The
I
levels
mean,
are
if you
nice.
could read my mind, you would already know that. But was the spoon?
I'm finna say,
How
actually,
much
that's a
money
good
turn
point.
this pie to a pie?
That's a good point. It's a marketing tool. That would probably be the number one basis that would that would make the most money off of it.
It will make
But then you defeat the purpose of. I'm gonna tap into your world. 'Cause
Go ahead.
We shared a lot of lanes.
Go ahead.
From a full-fledged marketing standpoint, there's the psychological element of people's predictive behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So enough of predictive behavior, you can read somebody's mind per se without actually technically getting into their mind into this type of technology that would actually be the potential for something disastrous.
Right.
Predictive behavior to me is the same.
Yeah.
Hoes gonna be hoes.
All day.
You don't have to read their mind to know that they're gonna be hoes.
All day.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the behavior.
That's tough right there, though.
Hey, man.
There's some secret hoes out there in these streets.
But they're still hoes. Whether they're secret about it or
But you don't know. Like, I'm
don't know.
gonna say something real
You
difficult for
don't know.
everybody out here.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't.
Your mama might be a hoe.
That's true.
She might.
That's true. But to the
Oh, he turned the table over. He gonna turn the table. I
but
said,
we don't know.
I said,
But the niggas in there know.
Hey,
Right.
And
Hey,
the other thing
hey.
is, at the end of the day, she know.
but you might be shaking his hand every day. You going through it
I've
might.
been the guy
it
that
might-
shook a kid's hand.
Listen,
Like, hey,
listen.
and I took a Capri Sun.
First of all, I'll be
Wow.
This disrespect.
Shout
I
out.
think-
Shout out.
I think the
to
Capri
Mike
Sun
Epps.
really did it for me.
Shout
That's
out to Mike
disrespectful.
Epps and Too Short.
Ladies and
Because it's
gentlemen,
been there.
I can't. This is actually getting
I have
too.
to say the Capri Sun is
I'm
definitely a
saying
slap
though,
on
like
the
if
face.
you really think about it,
Talk to him.
Oh my.
Uh-oh,
talk
here we
to
go.
him.
Get hot out here.
if you really think
He
about it,
pulled the hat up for ladies and gentlemen that are on the
say,
audio
you say
visual.
you don't know, your mama could be a hoe. You if your daddy wasn't lame, you was looking good for that free.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
That
My
means-
mom had to do something that she
That's
had to like, oh, you wouldn't be here.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, he just put it on you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I hope you were sitting down to hear that shit.
But real talk.
I don't want you to fall
But
over.
that's the
Nah.
truest.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, I want to know your opinion on this.
I gotta hear it.
This is actually probably going to be the poll question. Should mind reading technology be out or should it not?
Should it be available to the public?
Well, it sounds like Habanero says it should be available to at least the government, but to the public, it's the question we're going to put out. You look out for that. We're going to put it across all social media.
Now remember,
Instagram. We got TikTok now. You know, young people be TikToking. Do the dance. Do the yeah.
So we're talking about Vine relived.
My shoulder hurts.
Right.
Is it Vine rejuvenated?
This is Habanero. You see, you hear?
I just
I can
want to
tell you.
understand.
I
It's
can
TikTok. It's the
So
same thing.
y'all listen to it. Y'all let us know what it is. So look us up. That's raw sauce _ and it's probably _ raw sauce _ on TikTok if y'all looking for us. I'm gonna move on to the next subject.
Go ahead, man.
Get ready to close. The last thing we want to talk about today is a KFC worker.
Here we go.
All right, it's a fast food worker.
He
built up a multi-million-dollar fortune selling drugs. Now he also has a degree. He's got a degree and everything. We talked about degrees earlier, but he quote unquote became addicted to making money on the dark web. So he wasn't just out there, putting people in the streets. He was like at his house getting like UPS to deliver his drugs. So he was over the dark web. This man's name is Paul Johnson. I don't know if I put him out there in my post to, but he's out there now. Paul Johnson, you looking up? He's a KFC worker. KFC. Hey man, I still eat y'all chicken, man. Don't come for me, please.
Right.
I like y'all Nashville.
We're just reading news.
Tenders.
Just
reading
news.
Nashville hot
We
tenders.
just regurgitating
That's all
what
I'm doing. So, but out of his attic in Market Harborough, I can't even say this, Leicestershire. This must be England or something right there. He's 28-year-old. He also has a wife, but he's also been able to buy $150K pound home and 2 cars. Pound, y'all know you gotta translate that. So it's like 1.5 to the dollar, something like that. Y'all got that out there.
Wow.
That's the K's on top. So drug dealers have always been a big thing in probably the whole globe's thing. Drugs are
popular.
A conversation. Popular, I don't know. Raw sauce.
A topic of interest.
I'm stop you real quick. Raw sauce does not condone anyone using drugs of any sort.
Without a prescription.
Without a prescription.
That's right. If some of y'all are crazy, take your pills.
Take your pills.
Shout out to Future.
Pop them all you need. Pop them all you need. But
with a prescription.
Right.
He got tired of his KFC work life and decided to make a bang. He took care of his chickens.
Yes.
His mentals. He took care of his mentals.
And his chickens.
And his
side note, I do have that shirt available.
Ooh, look at that.
Daddyin Sense.
Daddyin Sense.
Big cartel.
Okay.
What shirt is it? One more time for
take care of your mental, your body, and your chicken.
That's what's up.
The 3 things you need to take care of.
Yeah.
I felt that on the spiritual level when Marshawn said that, because it's bigger than just being an athlete. Like as black men, we always, especially when you become a father or when you have a family, you want to put everybody else's needs before your own.
Yeah.
But
inherit move. Yeah.
But you need to take that time to do that self check and make sure that you got your own inner workings together. Because if you don't have your best self together, then you ain't gonna no self, and you're not gonna be able to provide a self for your family.
That's right. So, if you ain't good, you can't be good for everybody else.
Exactly.
So this one right here is an awkward question. The question is, does he get the drug dealer rep? So you got like Noriega. You're plenty of drug dealers are out here.
Yep.
You know the one that's been
do your thing, escape and not escape, and coming in and out. You know, do what you gotta do. But does he get the credit because he did it on his website, through Google? He didn't leave. He didn't hand out anybody. He didn't have nobody doing anything. But he sold LSD, ketamine, and heroin.
So
is he a legendary drug dealer, or is he just a nerd?
So I'm gonna jump on that. Was he making money?
Yes.
Okay.
Selling drugs usually makes money.
So two things. He sold
It's
drugs.
lucrative, I hear.
He sold drugs.
From what I know.
So he sold
From what I
drugs.
know.
How did he get caught?
I do not know the agency over
Okay.
there.
Somebody was monitoring it. So let's go back to the
Somebody
basics.
was paying attention to him
Let's go
making
back
that
to
money.
let's go
He-
back to the basics.
He made
though.
his sales through Bitcoin. He was trying to do blockchain management. He went through that.
When he worked at
made those
KFC,
sales. He
and
was
he
working
was
at KFC.
tired of that shit.
He's got a
started selling
degree.
drugs.
He's
Did he stop working at KFC?
No.
He continued.
I
Never
like
stopped.
that.
So
Well, he was
Stop
getting
working.
gas money while he was making other
but
money.
that goes back to that's how I'm gonna answer the question. So number one, he was doing what stereotypically every drug dealer does. He was selling drugs and making money. How he did it, two different things. There's a lot of rappers who rap on SoundCloud that don't really rap.
Yep.
Oh.
Listen to that one more
Okay.
time.
All right.
They're on SoundCloud. They rap, but they're not rappers.
Okay. All right.
So he's a drug dealer. He was selling it over the internet. To me, he used his ingenuity at that time to get what he needed to get the dime. That's fine. And he was selling dimes, but he got time. I ain't ready. They're not ready.
Slow down.
They're not ready.
Slow
down.
down. They
I
can't
feel
hear.
like I need to get him a cloth so I can wipe the sweat off.
They
It's
can't
okay.
hear
It's
it.
okay. It's the raw sauce mixtape coming soon. But with that, that's just a platform. Like Dog was
He said
talking
just a
like
platform.
because like Dog was talking about, the platform that's available is whatever your platform is, use that to do what you do. So his
Okay.
platform was, I'm working at KFC, so I'm not detected. I'm doing 11 herbs and spices, I'm not detected.
Right.
But now I'm on the internet because that's what's happening now.
That's
The
hot.
dark web is what's happening now.
That's
so
how you reach
rappers are on SoundCloud. I mean, let's go back to another episode that we had though, Tekashi. And, you got these other rappers that are out there doing stuff. He's just a drug dealer using the medium that he has to sell what he's got.
Yeah.
Man,
So you can't be mad.
Fine,
But the only
man.
thing about that what is it, finger licking sauce that the KFC got, he just didn't have the sauce. That's all it is.
No flavor.
He got caught up. That's fine. So, but what do you say to that? Because he used what he had available.
Yeah.
What do you think? Same old. What you got?
I feel like he was very meticulous in his thought process.
Yeah.
And he went about it the right way, in my opinion. He went out on the corner.
Right?
Elements.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
He
cold,
went
it's
out
hot.
on the corner.
This is cold.
I mean, the elements. I'm just saying.
He did the best. He put himself in the best predicament or situation for him.
Bitcoin.
So, hey man, he did it.
Doing it new Superfly style.
He's at that. So he's Scarface. Is he Scarface?
He's like Scarface.com.
Right.
Because he did it online. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
All right, Joe. What you feeling?
I feel like I remember, everybody had that job growing up that was like, man, I should be doing some other shit. Because this sucks.
That was the motivational job.
Oh yeah, nothing motivates you more than having a crappy ass job. You have to pay your dues, obviously, so you have to do a
agree
shitty
with that.
job.
I can
Everybody knows that,
I can agree with that.
right? But nothing makes you think more about a better life than a shitty ass job.
say that.
He went a direction I never thought of, but I'll be honest with you. But it's crazy that you could be mixing up 11 herbs and spices while you're on your phone pushing this shit. You know what I'm
But
saying?
it makes sense. There's plenty of niggas at bar.
You know what I'm saying?
right now, there's plenty of dudes at McDonald's that
Yeah.
are still selling bags of weed.
Right.
Period. Through the drive-through, Arby's, any fast food.
what-
restaurant.
What Quavo say? He was trapping out of Subway.
I mean, Future's doing it right now on the video with Drake.
Right.
He's in the drive-through dropping dimes. I mean,
Right.
that's it.
So you in the drive-through, it's like, yo, let me get 2 pieces of the biscuit, and the dude on the other end of the line is like, man, when I get big, I'm out of this motherfucker. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need any sauce with that?
Right. So you want like extra sauce? Like what you really need?
But-
He goes, what you got? You know what I'm saying?
Is
He's
that
like,
But real talk,
Leave
though,
it around back.
everybody.
right.
But I said real talk. Everybody in this room is of age to remember. Real talk. I'm about to really bust y'all's head with this.
Go ahead.
That one guy, when you were either at the club, let's go back to like you said, college days, what have you. You at the club, you at whatever you at, and that one dude walk up and did the universal sign of
Right.
letting you know
The
I
pump up.
got the smoke.
Right.
If you smoke, I got the smoke, and all you had to say or do was, what you got? Or
Right.
no,
Right.
I don't smoke. But
Right.
it was just you
Yeah.
smoke.
You good?
That's it.
Yeah, you want?
Hey, bro, you.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Hey, they loud
That was-
nowadays. I ain't gonna lie.
They
I mean,
different
walk
now.
around.
They different now. It used
It's
to be a
different
gentleman's
now.
game
Me
back
and
in
the
the
lady
day.
we walking through. Hey, I got what you need right now. It's like,
Right, loud.
man, if I did that, I'm not coming to you.
Right. My man up there on the DJ booth like, yo.
No, bro. Somebody
It's a
said,
different ball game. So again, you had niggas who I was at what's the place? Lennox Mall before it became what it is now. Shout
what
out
is it
to-
now?
It's a different
Has
ball
one
game now.
changed?
I went when
Oh my
like Too
goodness.
Short was still
It's a
in the mall.
different place now.
It's a different mall. But around the
I
time
didn't
that I
know.
went, they were still pushing mixtapes out of trunks.
No,
You know what I'm saying? So now
Mixtapes out of
the
trunks at
platform
Lennox.
is the SoundCloud and the YouTube, and then
Right.
anybody can do anything they want now. There's no reason that you can't be great at this point in time because the technology's there. So if he's selling dope on the internet, getyourdrugs.com.
Right.
I ain't even
Right,
mad
get
at
him.
him because whatever time he did to get that, I hope he took that money and put it somewhere else and did something else with it.
Oh, that's where I want to stop you right
Let's
now.
stop
Before we
it.
close out right now, I was waiting for everybody's decision to talk about what if he's legendary and all that.
I don't get it.
So, your boy Paul Johnson, he got 8 years for selling 175,000 pounds of
How
illegal
many?
substances.
I'm trying not to laugh at that, but
175,000 pounds of substances. So,
Oh, he
I
It's
hope
probably
y'all
got a-
heard that number,
that's
right?
a major distribution.
so I mean, like.
Lemon or
He
spices now.
got them wet
Y'all let me
skills.
know if I'm wrong, but he got 8 years. He got 8 years, and his wife got like, hold on, I'm
Oh, so he
bringing
has
it back up.
support. I give him credit for that.
I mean,
Hey,
she
his
was
wife-
living the good life.
His wife got 2 years.
You got you a rider, man.
I mean, 2 years. She got to do them 2 years.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah, she
yeah,
gotta
that's
take-
it.
She got to do 2.
That's
She's like,
it?
I'll be out in 2.
That's it. So I mean, 2 years. He did 8. I mean, I'm like KFC.
Yeah.
Look,
That's all I can say.
Look, hold on. I gotta
gonna
make
be worried.
make a comment on that. 8 years and she got 2. If you put that money in the right place,
You good? Fam?
right, and you can't even get it out.
You can't do
You
nothing
can't
with
right.
that.
If you put that money, you put
After
that.
2 years, you can get it out.
I'm just saying, you in jail though. Like
You are.
yeah, right. Your girl's
You
not.
are.
Hey, she
So
better do
you
something
got
with
that
that.
offshore account, and that money is
We have to do
vegetating.
offshore,
That
bro.
money is marinating in 11 herbs and
Sit down,
spices for 8
marinate.
years, and you get out and you're like, what we got now?
Money marinated.
Right, that money is straight marinade. 8 years. I would look at the judge and be like, I got you when I get out, pimp. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got some looted 13 when you get out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I've been like 8 years. All right. I guess.
That's true.
That's it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we reached the end of the show. We once again thank Darren for coming out here.
Yeah, man, appreciate you
y'all.
coming out, y'all. I think really enjoyed this on this one.
I really enjoy this platform, man.
That's good stuff, man.
I
That's
just
good
want you to
stuff.
have fun. That's all
Yeah,
we want.
that's all
Have
we
fun.
want to do.
Yeah,
Have a little monkey shoulder out here. Keep on doing
y'all
your
on
thing.
y'all way, man.
Oh, hey, we
Hey,
just
we
doing our
appreciate
thing.
that. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the love.
Y'all got
So
the
y'all
sauce.
look him up. Y'all look him up. Same old _D, and y'all look us up. Raw sauce _ and get back to us. We got the poll question for you. Should Gail have done it? Should she have not? Oprah, let us know. You get back to us, Oprah.
Yeah,
Whenever
you
get
get
a
back to
chance.
us. I know you're busy.
It's okay. Stebbin, you can fill it out for.
I mean, you got a little
On the
space.
floor.
You got a little space. You stop by sponsoring TSU. So, I mean, you should let us know what you got going on.
Jeezy, holla at your boys. We
Yep.
support you fully.
Jesus,
now.
I mean, I can't. Jesus, you got me through college. That's all I do. I make more house. I flip through my books. Work. That's all I hear. Work. That's all I got. That's all I got. So, I mean, yeah, you make it happen. Once again, this has been Raw Sauce. This has been Salsa
Yo, this is your boy Joe Tabasco.
And your boy Jerry Sauce, aka Scotch Bonnet.
And of course, our special guest.
Special guest in the
Special
building.
guest in the
In the house today.
In the building.
This your boy Daddyin on the ones and twos.
On the ones and twos.
And the twos.
On the ones
The
and
ACDC.
AKA
Daddy.
Daddy, aka whose sauce is this on the floor? You better clean it up.
This on the floor.
AKA I know you ain't leave that refrigerator open overnight.
No,
Goddamn
not
it.
tonight. Oh no,
The best. AKA. Hey.
Hey, oh yeah.
Sit your ass down. That's the shirt, baby. That's the shirt, baby.
That's it right there.
That's the shirt.
Shut it down.
AKA don't make me get this belt.
No, Lord have mercy. Everybody sat down when they said
Exactly.
That's it. So
That's
that's it.
my favorite one right there. Hey.
Well, we signing off. It's 2020. It's the first episode. We thank you once again for tuning in to Raw Sauce. And we can't wait to hear back.
Yeah.
Once again, that's Raw Sauce _
Sauce with the flavor,
We got the sauce.
Sauce with the flavor, sauce. I don't want no regular sauce. Y'all got that new hot sauce?
Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. You can see it when I walk on the flavor. You can hear it when I talk. I can flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor. Bitch, you know I got the sauce with the flavor.